Hey guys, welcome. I'm Lou,
I'm Ian.
and we're Band Barrage, a music podcast talking about bands from the past and present.
In today's episode, we'll be talking about how bands have been dealing during quarantine with while essentially performing without any fans.
Back in March, we all know COVID 19 had a huge impact on various industries, possibly most on the concert, touring, and music industry. Some bands have been able to release music during this time, while a lot have had to delay their albums. Concerts have been canceled, postponed, and we don't know when we'll be able to see bands again with a virus like this spreading so rapidly. Hopefully, it'll be soon. What we do know is that bands have gotten creative and have started moving to virtual concerts where their fans watch from a laptop or from their couch on their TV.
Today, we would like to talk about exactly how they're we know that with the TVs and stuff, we know that it's not always easy because you can't really have they're so with bands, especially the larger ones, they're so accustomed to performing in front of large audiences, like thousands of people at a time. Although now, when those ticket sales from thousands go down to zero,
Definitely.
you can't really do much. Granted, you could sell online tickets, but you're not making as much revenue as you could. And not to mention, you have also there are people who there are actually, believe it or not, some people who would who would rather go out there and risk their lives just to see a band that
Crazy.
they haven't that they haven't seen. Although they're trying their best. They're trying their best to get everybody in and be able to perform and do their jobs, but this is not making it easy.
So I definitely think virtual concerts will stay. You have Under Oath who sold about 3,000 tickets per show. They did 3 shows so far. They're planning on doing more. COVID, we don't have a vaccine in America, at least right now.
No,
So
not yet.
definitely going to see more of these, I think, from all across the board. Different genres, different bands. It'll be
Yeah.
fun to watch. Let's start diving in.
Yeah.
So first we were checking out Dance Gavin Dance's Afterburner show. They were
Yeah.
originally going to have it to celebrate their new album release from April, but obviously postponed. So now they live stream the concert.
Yeah.
What'd you think of that clip, Strawberry's Wake?
I loved their clip. I just loved it. This is really getting more into the song itself and the composition of the song, but I thought it was, but I liked the melody. It was really nice.
Strawberry's Wake is a great song. Music video, check it out if you
Link
haven't.
up here.
Really fun.
And you can find it in the description as well.
Yeah, we're definitely going to link the website to support them because, we're going to show some clips here. So that clip is from them. Go support them from their concert. But most importantly, this was, I believe, their first time performing it, of course, because it's a brand new song. So that was pretty cool to see. I want to see more bands being creative, with the setup and everything. Throw in some new songs in there. Throw in some songs you've never performed.
Yeah, especially the smaller bands.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you're a small band and you're just starting out and this hits, this might seem like the end of the world to you. This might be the end of the line, but it really isn't. In fact, this could actually be a great start to your career because you can just kind of start up by getting you could just start up here just by getting creative, and I'm sure at least there's going to be somebody out there who will totally appreciate it, and they will really just love what you did.
Yeah, man. I think this was a good job by Dance Gavin Dance. I believe they were only charging $10 for the ticket at the time. Well worth it. Go pick up some merch from them.
Yeah, totally.
definitely deserve it. Great album. Let's move on to Under Oath, man. Because wow,
Yeah. Oh
that
my
was
God.
probably
were
my
great.
favorite so far.
Yeah, those were really good.
Those guys knew how to set up a virtual concert. Other bands, go watch the Under Oath shows. They're on until August 31st, end of August, end of the summer. Hopefully they'll do some more. They teased at it at one of the shows. But I watched all three. Ian checked out a few the few
I've seen a few
songs
with them.
from them, and this is where when I say creative, this is what I mean creative.
Yeah.
They set up a circular venue, camera panning all around. You're the film guy.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. That was awesome, right?
The camera pans. Those were amazing.
That was really professional.
Yeah.
Really well done.
Yeah, and I mean, especially like those cameras. I mean, they're professional. Like those cameras are for professionals, so those tend to be heavy. They say like the better the equipment, the heavier it is. And it's actually true.
Really?
It is true. Yeah.
Wow.
The better the equipment, the heavier it tends to be.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So like I mean, so having these guys like they're either up on the cranes riding them around,
that's what
or
I
they're
saw
just
a few times.
yeah they do that. Those are really cool. I almost did that once. It's really fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
And so yeah, you got people doing that. Although not enough credit goes to them, but props to the guys who are you see these at like a lot of events too. But props to the guys who just walk around the front of the stage just with those cameras on their shoulders. I mean, those things weigh at least 50 pounds.
Man.
So these guys are carrying this equipment. Indeed. Yeah, these guys carry this stuff on their shoulders, and those guys are responsible for what you see on TV and what you're seeing on your laptop.
Nice.
So, and they just do not get enough credit for what they do.
Credit the two light guys, because for the Under Oath shows, not many people know this. Tim, guitar player Under Oath, mentioned this in an interview. The light guys were doing lights for a show in Florida, several states away, all the way up north in the Northeast. He mentioned that takes some serious synchronization.
Dedication. Yeah.
Dedication, synchronization, practice to get that all perfect.
That's at least a month or a few months worth of prep right there.
And going back to the creative aspect of all these virtual concerts,
that's one of the ways they do it. They get all these guys out there working, well, as we call in the film industry, on the field, and they just kind of they're just kind of there, and they're really responsible for the magic that happens. Like, granted, the true magic that happens at a concert, or even the virtual ones, is the music. That's why we're all there, for the band, because we just like what they're doing. We like their music and stuff. But not enough, all the credit usually goes to the band, and not enough goes to the lighting guys and the cameramen who make all of it possible. They're all the guys behind the scenes.
Claps all around here. Band guys putting on a great performance, sound like guys, film. It was really well done. I think Observatory showed that these types of concerts can go down. My favorite part, I have to note, was Desolate Earth. We can flash it on the screen here. Desolate Earth, where they extended the outro. They changed the song up a bit. One of the first times performing it in full. And they just made it a spectacle. Great ending to the first show of Under Oath. I loved it. And now we'll talk about, how about we talk about Thursday, performing with My Chemical Romance's guitar player, Frank Iero.
Oh, yes. That was an amazing clip. That was an amazing clip.
A great concert indeed. It's tough with the lockdowns. They couldn't get to their guitar players. So what did they do?
They hired the next best one.
My Chemical Romance, the band they opened for at their reunion show last year. It's really cool to see Frank there. It was nice. He wore a mask. He did his part, but it's great to see him playing. That was awesome by him and Thursday doing all that, for sure.
Yeah, it was total, and that loops back to the general theme, where like this is another way they get creative. If you, especially, I know some of like those bands. I mean, like especially those like high school bands. I mean, you have like, because I mean, like you guys forged in high school, and then the next thing you know, every member is like scattered across the country. It's like
most of these bands, yeah, they're adults
this
now.
happens, you know,
They've been friends since
high school or so
for a while, but
you know.
yeah, once they're adults, they
They
start their
leave.
lives anew. They move some places. So yeah, it's definitely it was cool to see that they didn't just cancel. They went on with the show.
Yeah.
And they found a nice guitar player, I would say.
Yeah. And that's like, and again, that's another way you could get creative as like a new band. We can have like you guys can like if you have any like you could probably put up on like Craigslist or Facebook or somewhere. If you have social media, you could put this up somewhere. You can put up like an ad, see who has got like good guitar, like good experience on whatever field you're looking for, and you can just see what you got and make do with what you have. Because honestly, especially in this time, it really is all about making do with what you have.
Definitely.
Worry more about what you have than what you don't have.
Yeah, man. I think that's a great way to put it.
Thank you.
And you know, with what they have, well, they really that saying goes to Code Orange, I would say. Back in March, from when they had a whole tour planned out, COVID had just really started firing up in the United States. It really hit us hard.
Oh yeah.
Hit us in New York.
It hit us where
in
it
the
counted.
Northeast. They were over in Pittsburgh, I believe. They had a venue locked down for that night. They were gonna do. It was their first night on tour for their new album. They were like, guys, let's just go on with it. So back in March now, these guys were the first ones to do during COVID. Live streamed concert, went fantastic in my opinion. Guitars and all, lights and everything. It was really good show, full set list and all. They really knew how to do it when no one had done it before. It's pretty cool to see.
It really is. It's a spectacle to watch.
Yeah, especially as they were the first ones to try it out.
Yeah.
Could have went any other way.
Yeah, it really could have. It could have been a total success as it was, or it could have been a complete failure that like, and then they'd have to figure something else out, you know.
But those guys are hardest workers in the game. You know, they know how to get things done. They did it. Props to them. Go check them out too. They got some nice vinyl records up on their website. Really cool.
Link
I actually
to the
just
website
got.
right here.
Yeah, I'll throw up a picture here. I got the Cold Metal Place vinyl and the picture disc back in March. So awesome.
Yeah.
But more recently, they did a second concert back in July. Stripped down. I was surprised to see. It was a surprise to all pretty much. Stripped down, full on acoustic, man.
I know, that was interesting.
Heavy metal band acoustic. That was sick.
That was awesome.
I loved it. It was so different to see. They're always reinventing themselves.
They are, and that's another way. Yet another way you guys can get creative. Reinvent things that you guys aren't exactly like native to. So like if you guys are dealing more with like more electronic and much more like much more artificial sound, then why not try like acoustic like they kind of did, you know?
Try it live.
Go old fashioned, you know?
Use
I'm
some
sure
synths.
you are bound to be noticed by somebody if you create something that is far different from anything else you've created before.
Of course,
you are bound to be noticed
definitely.
at some point.
Definitely, and you know the main thing I loved about this concert, they threw in a nice Alice in Chains cover, throwing it back. But I loved the transitions. They combined some songs, dude, and they would transition from one song into the next. But they would piece it perfectly so it sounded like one song.
That's really cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Then the ending right into they threw it right back to current times in the electric. They threw the guitars in there for their final song on the set list underneath. Went from acoustic to electric. It sounded really cool. It was different.
Yeah. It was definitely different. It was
different. It was different, but in an awesome way, I feel. Hopefully, they're set to do one more virtual concert for now in October, so definitely stay tuned there.
Yeah. We're looking forward to that. And we'll definitely talk about it when the time comes.
Yeah.
care to sum up the episode?
Yes. So, definitely we both predict that this will be a long-term form of entertainment for the future. We think that virtual concerts are going to stay, man.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future you'll have a few during a tour lineup. Why
Yeah.
not? Throw some in there.
They might be, they'll probably become like a much more common thing. And I think that would definitely be great. And it would definitely be great for smaller bands. And for all of you guys out there waiting to create a band, just start creating as soon as possible, you know?
Get them in.
You know?
Yeah, start earlier the better.
This is like the best time to get creative, which is what's most likely to get you noticed.
I love that these bands have done a great job, have kept it economical for us fans during a tough time.
Yes.
And that's about it, man. So you can find me, Lou, on Twitter at _Lou Sims, SIMMS _
Put it right here.
And Ian?
And you can find me, Ian, on Instagram at Checker Ian. It'll be right here as well. And that's where you can find us.
And on our podcast platform, so BAND BARRAGE will be available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube for this visual setting, audio settings on the other big platforms. And we hope to see you once we start our season 1 episodes. Very soon.
Hopefully.
Leave us some questions down below.
Questions. We plan on doing a Q&A segment for the main series. So please, if you have YouTube and you're listening to this on YouTube, please, if you have questions, drop them in the comment section below. We will be scrolling through those periodically so we can choose a few to answer.
We're going to feature them and mention them on the podcast.
We will mention your name as well. And please, if you have any insight as well, any tips, any tips, thoughts, feelings, reactions, anything of the sort, also feel free to drop those down in the comment section below. We'll also be scrolling through those, and if it's something thank you in advance. And if it's something we think will really help us out, you will be mentioned in the next episode.
Yeah, leave a band you want us to check out. If we didn't mention them today, any band, we love bands. That's why we're BAND BARRAGE.
That's why we're here. We're here to check them out for you. You know.
Yes, sir. We will see you guys next season time. 1, episode 1 coming very soon.
Episode 1.